Welcome again, my friends. So, in this chapter, we will learn about the anatomy, the function of our hearts, and also about the arteries that feed our hearts so it can keep on working and assuming its role in the body. As a child, and I think you too, I always believed that the normal shape of the hearts within our organism was like that. But as I grew up, I had known that I was wrong, and I have discovered its real shape. The shape that allowed the ability to ensure its proper functioning, which is the maintaining of blood circulation in the organism. So, our hearts are made up of two houses. The left one, which is presented here in the picture in red, and the right one, which is presented in blue. Each one has two bedrooms with a window in between. The first bedrooms in both the left and the right hearts are called auricles. Also, some call them atriums, and they are characterized by an entry door by which the blood enters to the hearts. The second bedrooms are called ventricle, and they are characterized by the exit door by which the blood leaves the hearts. Between each auricle and ventricle there is a window called a valve. Those valves only open when the blood and the pressure in the auricles are high and sufficient, so they let the blood pass from the auricles to the ventricles. Once the blood in the ventricle, the heart contracts, so the blood leaves the hearts by the exit door, which are pulmonary and aortic valves. But the questions are, why do we have two separated auricles and ventricles? And also, where does this blood comes from and where it goes after? To understand this, we have to start from the beginning. By breathing, we bring in the oxygen which is necessary to live and to have the energy. This oxygen passes to our lungs through bronchs. It is what we see here presented in red. At the end of those bronchs, there are small saccule called alveoli. Those alveoli are surrounded by blood arteries and veins, as we see here in the picture. Through those alveoli, the oxygen passes to the blood and gives us an oxygenated blood. At the same time, the C dioxide coming as a body waste from different organs pass from the veins to those alveoli to be expired in this part of breath, which is expiration. This oxygenated blood formed at the lungs come directly to the left heart and enter it by pulmonary vein, which is the entry door of the left auricle. After having the required amount of blood and pressure, the left window or the left valve, called mitral valve, open and let the blood get into the left ventricle. Once the filling is completed, the window closes and the heart contracts to eject the blood into aorta that will transmit it to the whole organism. Now, let's go to the right side. The blood rich in the C dioxide coming from the various organs reach the right atrium through the superior vena cava, which is the right door. Then, as we've seen for the left side, once the window or the right valve called tricuspid valve open, the blood come into the right ventricle. Then the window closes and the heart contracts, so the blood goes up through the exit door to the pulmonary artery. This pulmonary artery will drive this non-oxygenated blood to the lungs, where the C dioxide will be rejected and the oxygen will be welcomed. And by this, we will get the oxygenated blood again that will return to the left heart to be delivered to the body, and so on. So, to make all this short and clear, let's summarize it in a little diagram. From the body, the non-oxygenated blood or the blood rich in the C dioxide come as an organism waste. Then, it goes to the right heart, which ejected into the lungs. Those lungs are characterized by alveoli through which we will have an exchange of the oxygen and the C dioxide with the outside air, and therefore we will have an oxygenated blood. This oxygenated blood will rejoin the left heart, then will be ejected again into the organism through the aorta. We should know that all this is a very fast process which is done at the same time in both parts of the heart. That means in a single heart contraction, the blood of both the right and the left parts of the heart are ejected at the same time. The first one goes into the lungs and the second one goes to the organism. So, now that we've learned about the heavy functioning of our hearts, let's see from where it's come its energy to do all this work. And this is the important part of our course, to understand the origin of the chest pain in the stable instable injury and the myocardial infarction. As any tissue or organ in our body, the heart have the arteries that feed it to keep it alive and working well. They are called coronary arteries. Those coronary arteries come directly from aorta as little arteries that surround the heart in ways to nourish the heart muscles well so they can ensure the functioning of the heart. As we see here in the picture, the two main arteries are the right coronary artery and the left coronary artery. From each one goes ramification that surround the heart to ensure the nutrition of the whole heart muscles. So, now the question is, what is the relationship between those coronary arteries and the chest pain? Let's get our answer in the next chapter.